In absolutely surreal and unbelievable news, one of the guys who shot at Trump over the last couple years has also turned out to be one of Diddy's slaves. In a very small world moment. That's right, this is a completely real headline. I did not believe it when I saw it, and that is why I'm making today's video. Also, there's been a lot of updates and been happening in regard to the Diddy trial. It has never been more over for the Diddler. Because we're gonna be going into some updates on the Diddy trial, viewer discretion is advised. If anybody you know or yourself has been a victim of any kind of essay, we'll have some resources down below in the description. Some of this stuff is just so up, it's hard to believe that it's even real. This week, Cassie Ventura has been testifying against Mr. Combs in the United States of America versus Sean Combs trial. Ventura is currently 8 months pregnant. She has spent multiple days on the witness stand detailing her more than decade-long relationship with P. Diddy. In her testimony, she has described the control, violence, and blackmail that ruled their relationship, including details about the 2016 hotel incident that was captured on video, and that's kind of what blew everything loose a year ago. The whole thing has been horrible to learn about and see unfold, but at the same time, it's good that Cassie is finally to give Diddy the comeuppance that he deserves. This guy is a massive, I don't know, jerk, whatever the thing that I should say is, the funny thing that I should say. He's horrible. He's gonna go to jail for the rest of his life, let's be real. Cassie's proving to be the star witness in this entire trial, and she's doing a lot to get this man put away for forever, hopefully. In regard to what we have learned, which has been a lot, we now know that her lawsuit back in 2023 was settled a single day later for $20 million, and then that broke the legal levy that has now led us to where we are now. And on Friday, May 16th, Cassie concluded her testimony, appearing very emotional on the stand. She also, during the trial, described in detail what P. Diddy called freak-offs, which has become this massive meme thing online. I think it's weird that they're still using that word, or that phrase, term, whatever the you want to call it. That's what he calls it, freak-off. But really, it's just a bunch of crimes. Like, it's you can't use the word freak-off to just be like, it was a freak-off, you know? No, it was like a... I probably can't say that in the video, but that's pretty much what it was. These things were drug-fueled performances which he allegedly orchestrated and directed. Diddy is proving to be public enemy #1 in pop culture, and in my unexpert opinion, at this point, the prosecution seems as strong as ever from just watching and reading. Meanwhile, our bro Diddy kind of looking like he created white people lately. In those court drawings, he looks like Yakub, kind of. He looks like Yakub. By the way, Yakub is mainstream. I had no idea that Yakub had become mainstream. He appeared on a damn Netflix broadcast recently. I'm really glad and happy that Yakub is now mainstream. So anyways, back to the Diddy case. The prosecution is using Cassie's story as primary evidence that the Diddler is 100% guilty of trafficking and racketeering, and he may spend the rest of his life in prison, which, you know, that would be awesome. I don't think anybody has any qualms with that at this point, except for, what is his name? I forget his name. The guy on Twitter. What's his name? I was just engagement farming. Kanye West. We have the defense of P. Diddy trying to paint the testimony as some kind of up love story, Hollywood nonsense between two consenting adults. A very toxic love story. A very odd defense, I would say. During cross-examination, the Diddler's defense attorneys focused on text messages between Ventura and Combs, attempting to suggest that their relationship was consensual despite its unorthodox nature. By the way, this is Diddler's top guy here. Oh, whoops. I should probably get rid of that, just in case he sees it. He is a lawyer, after all. I could get in trouble. One of Diddy's defense attorneys even tried to suggest that Cassie proposed and encouraged some of the freak-offs, which is something that Cassie firmly pushed back against, testifying that when you're with someone for so long, you know what they mean when they text certain things. And there's, like, you know, obviously some context with that. It is crazy that the defense is also now just admitting that Diddy's violent. Obviously, there's video of it. But they're just like, yeah, he was violent, but so is she. So is she. And the prosecution isn't some guy. It's the United States of America. These are all federal crimes, and the prosecution is using Cassie as a witness. I don't think there's a chance that the jury I mean, I don't know. What the f do I know? But it just seems so bad. I don't know if I'm like looking at something different or what, but there's just so much evidence and so much evil, and it's just, oh, it's freak-offs. It's hilarious. It makes no sense. So yeah, the Diddler's top guy has been doing his best to portray Ventura as a mutually violent and jealous person, and the both of them were in an unorthodox but consensual relationship. And then now Cassie is seeking to extort money from Combs before she even publicized her accusations. It's like the kind of classic defense. But at this point, I don't think anybody is going to stand for that or believe that. And the evidence is just astonishing. The whole thing is insane and ridiculous, and it really does look like the Diddler he's in for it. He's done. He's done. I think the Diddler's done. What do you think, Rupert? I know you're a lawyer, or at least that's what you tell everybody. So that's a bit of exposition for the case and what has kind of happened recently, the more important material that we're cooking in today's video. How does the Trump shooter fit into all this, guys? The Trump shooter. One of many, not this one, not this Habsburg one, nor is it this guy, this very, very sane guy with a child who's a as well. This guy's kid is apparently a Here's his kid. Didn't try to shoot Trump, but he is his kid. Why are so many people trying to shoot Trump? What the fuck? But we're talking about one from 2018. This is a feller named John Oddi, and I'm not even sure if I'm saying Oddi right, but it doesn't matter because it's spelled Oddi. Back in 2018, John Oddi was up to no good in Miami. On May 18th, Jonathan, a 42-year-old Doral resident in Florida, entered the Trump National Doral Golf Club near Miami through a back entrance around 1:30 a.m. Police believed at the time that he came with an ambush-type attack in mind, apparently attempting to lure officers into a gunfight. According to police accounts, Oddi removed an American flag from a flagpole at the rear of the property, brought it to the hotel lobby, and draped it over the counter and began shouting anti-Trump rhetoric. Probably racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump, KKK. That's the one that I remember. Racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump. Or whatever they say, they scream. There was a lot of that, screaming that it was like also pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. I remember all of them. They're very, very easy to remember. I get it. I'm gonna start protesting, I think. I'm gonna start making up catchy little rhymes for protests. Jingles. Miami-Dade Police Director Juan Perez stated that Oddi pulled a fire alarm and appeared to be waiting for officers to arrive, saying it appears he was trying to engage our police officers in some type of ambush-style attack. He apparently did succeed in engaging in a gunfight, but he did also lose. He was shot in the leg. He got shot in the leg and was incapacitated by being shot in the leg. Can you imagine getting shot in the leg? That would hurt. That would hurt. There's a lot of places that I wouldn't want to get shot, and the leg is one of them. Nothing would have me laid up quite like this Quetzalcoatl, South American dried up alien, just like this, laying horizontal like that. Quite like being shot in the leg. So the police showed up, Oddi started shooting at him, they started shooting at him, he got shot in the legs a whole lot before he was taken into custody and transported to a hospital in stable condition. One officer did suffer a broken wrist during the incident though. How do you even break your wrist in a shootout? Fall over, land on it? He probably had a damn broken wrist forehand. Here's Heavy.com's 5 fast facts about Jonathan Oddi. He was a South American-born U.S. citizen living in Doral, Florida, and on social media, he described himself as a fitness instructor, a real estate investor, and manager at Pegasus, a business dealing in minerals and gemstones. That sounds like a whole load of horse shit. Is that even real? Do we even do that anymore? My name's Jonathan Oddi. I guard the Warp Gate. That's my future career. All right, guys. That's my future career, guarding the Warp Gate. AI is gonna have us all guarding the Warp Gate. We're all gonna get replaced. Even me. There's nothing I do that's irreplaceable. But him, his power is unmatched. The way he guards the Warp Gate is unlike any other. Jonathan has a pretty diverse background. He worked in sales as a consultant in Argentina. He studied business admin. He was also a spokesmodel and actor in Miami, and he was LG Electronics B2B solutions manager in Florida. So like this guy has done everything, kind of. His friends and acquaintances described him as a massive fitness enthusiast and also possibly a stripper. That's literally what his friends and family described him as. He was previously a stripper at the Dancing Bear. It's a porn mecca, kind of. It's like mecca for porn, it seems like. I'm sorry, my Muslim brothers. I'm sorry. Potentially my favorite aspect of Jonathan Oddi's background, by the way, all this stuff is very important for the interrogation we're about to watch because it's off the wall, dude. And I mean off the wall in terms of awesome. It's off the wall awesome. It's really sad and up because now it seems like a lot of it's true, but a lot of it is just, you're gonna see what I mean. Here's a particularly curious aspect of Oddi's background, and that is his financial situation. When his 6-year marriage to attorney Tanya Troutwine dissolved in August of 2014, he claimed in court filings to have a negative net worth of $1,800 and monthly income of $2,000 as a self-employed fitness trainer, of course. That's not good. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. A negative net worth of $1,800, man. Sounds like me. I literally have a negative net worth right now. Isn't that crazy? But with Oddi, unlike myself, less than a month after his divorce, he began a property buying spree. He purchased 5 properties for a total of $765,000 over a 2-month period, all with cash transactions, no mortgages. This is very important information, extremely important information. Following the incident and after the incident at the hotel, prosecutors formally charged Oddi with attempted murder of law enforcement officers, armed burglary. Burglary? I've always said burglary, but it's burglary. I'm like George Bush saying nuclear. What a idiot.
And since then, it's increased its nuclear arsenal.
Suzanne, it's nuclear arsenal.
It's nuclear. Isn't that right, little guy? Little fella. Armed burglary and armed grand theft. He faced nearly a dozen counts in total, including 5 counts of attempted second-degree murder, and was ordered to be held without bond. Just free my man, free my man. Another fun fact, during his initial court appearance via closed-circuit TV from jail, Oddi demonstrated unusual behavior by repeatedly trying to talk over his court-appointed lawyer. Which I think should be done more, to be honest. Court-appointed lawyers are lame as f***. They're just trying to get by or whatever the f***. It's like Saul Goodman, I believe. I don't know a lot about the court of law. And when his attorney disputed whether police had probable cause to show that he set off a fire alarm inside the hotel to lure them to the hotel, Oddi blurted out, "I did push the alarm," basically admitting to the crime in open court. Genius! To get an idea for just how bleak things were for Oddi back then and his lawyers, they eventually suggested that they might pursue a not guilty by reason of insanity defense, stating that Oddi was extremely remorseful and coming to realize exactly what happened. I'm sorry. He was just crazy. He just had a fit of insanity. That's that. Now we get to the interrogation video from the 2018 event. It's weird, it's crazy, it's erratic, but he also happens to make multiple prophetic statements about the diddler. That's where all this stuff ties in, all right, guys? Once again, this is way back in 2018, and it is an absolutely fascinating video. Around 1 minute into the interrogation, Oddi makes disturbing claims about having sexual encounters with Sean, aka Diddy Combs, and a woman named Cassie.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
This is before all this stuff blew up, by the way, well before. Then, a couple minutes later, he claims he reached a settlement with P. Diddy, stating,
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys.
He then goes on to repeat his claims about being a slave for P. Diddy around 10 minutes in, saying the following.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay?
He keeps talking about how much business P. Diddy was doing on the phone and how much stuff he overheard. He also claims that there was more money and all this stuff in the settlement. It's really odd. It's really odd. And if you look at comments on the interrogation that was originally posted multiple years ago, people are like, this is the biggest news ever in the entire world. And still the video isn't that big. I don't understand why it wasn't as, I mean, it's prophetic, literally. Well, it isn't prophetic, it's just real. He actually experienced it. That's not even what a prophecy is. If he would have said it before any of this would have happened, then it would be prophetic. I don't think I know what a prophecy is. But hey man, can a white boy prophesize his own death? What the f? Yeah, Rupert. Welcome to the gun show, Rupert. So anyways, that's the majority of the Diddy prophecies from the original interrogation back in 2018. There are some other bizarre claims that I would like to show you guys. Right after the interrogation begins, he claims the following.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and P. Diddy are all gay. According to Jonathan Oddi there, all right? Love you. I love you. I used to watch DJ Khaled's Snapchats. He would just like go up to a plant and just say, I love you. I love you. And then there's that video of him playing the guitar really bad. I love that video too. What a fool. How do people get so famous for like nothing at all? People are gonna be mad. Actually, he's a testament to the fucking music shit, and he's fucking awesome, and he's a music god. He's a music god. I love DJ Khaled. Suffering from success. Couple minutes later, he starts talking about the Illuminati, all right? He makes the following claim.
You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
They do satanic ritual abuse, okay? So they do sexual pedophilia, they do animal abuse, killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove, okay?
At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if that's all real. I genuinely don't. I mean, with all the Diddy stuff and the parties and all this weird shit, there's just too many examples of freaks for me to think that all this stuff's nonsense. Then he talks about the branch of the Illuminati called the Bullet, which is all black people, I guess. It's black people in the Illuminati.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever he calls himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
He also says that P. Diddy and others are distributing liquid cocaine, which didn't even know that was a thing. I'm more of a crack guy myself, big crack guy. I'm like Keith Urban, all right? Love crack. I don't know if Keith Urban loves crack. I've just heard. I've heard that he loves crack.
Liquid cocaine in their bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
So, back in 2018, this guy claimed that he was a P. Diddy slave, and he was dismissed. His claims were initially dismissed due to his mental state, his insanity. And now he's still in custody all these years later. He's clearly unhinged, but in spite of all that, some of what he says is illuminating given the context that we now have about the diddler. It's insanely up, but he's adding things, or he added things a long time ago to things that have now come out that we know about. For example, all the different settlements that Diddy's done, the slave shit, him and Cassie and all, like, it's so odd. It's very up, and this guy obviously shouldn't have just shot at random shit at a damn hotel, a Trump hotel or whatever the I can't help but feel a little bit bad and wonder about the context of this guy's mental state and how he was pushed so far, because people can be pushed so far as to do something like this. Anyways, back to the future. So that was from an interrogation in 2018, right? It's very important. This is years and years and years ago. Recently, NewsNation, a news outlet, they got a damn star interview with our boy Jonathan Oddi, and the claims are strikingly similar to the testimony given in court by Cassie over the last couple weeks, all in Diddy's current trial. In the most recent interview with NewsNation, Oddi told them that he initially met Combs after the rapper called an agency that Oddi worked for, and he claimed he arrived in a police officer costume, stripped, and was offered more money for extra stuff, I assume acts of. According to Oddi, Diddy and Ventura had about 15 sessions with him, and he received approximately $800 each time. Oddi also said in the interview that the sessions were drug-fueled, and that after Ventura passed out during one session, he decided to record it in the event that anything was to happen, like if she died or anybody died. So he's, trying to protect himself. So that ties into his claim from 2018 that Combs paid him a settlement. And Oddi says that Combs agreed to a $5 million settlement in 2014 to prevent the recording from becoming public. The Daily Mail reportedly published a screenshot of what appears to be a signature page from the alleged settlement, but NewsNation could not verify the document's authenticity or the existence of the video that Oddi claims to have given to Combs. And the Daily Mail is obviously total nonsense. A lot of this shit's absolutely total nonsense. We have the interrogation video of Oddi and what he's saying, and we can corroborate that with Cassie's testimony. That is a lot of, that's whatever. witness shit. So we don't know if that page is real, and I apologize for continuing to show this really funny picture of P. Diddy. He looks so bad right now. He looks very terrible. I don't even want to put his face in the video. I just want to put this painting of him. Now, there's a lot more that has unfolded recently beyond just the oddities. Apparently, in February of 2012, Cassie Ventura found herself rushing P. Diddy to the hospital after an opiate overdose. According to her testimony under cross-examination, the incident occurred following what she described as one of their freak-offs. And this happened after Diddy attended a party at the Playboy Mansion without her. The defense also used this line of questioning to establish the couple's mutual drug dependence, with Ventura acknowledging that she and Combs were very much addicted to painkillers throughout their relationship. Ventura confirming during her testimony that Combs was extremely dependent on his opiates. And the defense could suggest that his behavior was affected by drug use and withdrawal symptoms, et cetera, whatever the sort of defense they want to play there. But in regard to that, no medical records or hospital staff testimony has been presented to corroborate the specific incident, but the defense appeared to acknowledge Combs' substance abuse issues as a part of their strategy to portray the relationship as a mutually toxic one rather than a one-sided relationship of non-consensual exploitation. There's also a blown-up Porsche, or the threatening of Kid Cudi. One of the most shocking and bizarre things to come out of Ventura's testimony involves Diddy's reaction to discovering her relationship with Kid Cudi. This was back in 2011, and according to Ventura, Combs found the emails between her and Cudi on her phone during one of his freak-offs, and he became irate, threatening her with a wine opener. Ventura testified that Combs explicitly threatened both her and Cudi, and that Combs said when they're out of the country, they would blow up Scott's car and they wanted his friends to see it. Mafia shit, I guess. Seems like some mafia shit there. Cassie specified that Diddy wanted Cudi's friends to witness the explosion in the driveway. And believe it or not, the threat was not empty. A Los Angeles City Fire Department report obtained by Rolling Stone confirms that Kid Cudi's Porsche was set on fire by an incendiary device on January 9th, 2012. This was at 10:53 a.m. and caused about $10,000 of damage, with the cause of the incident being listed as intentional. Then in November of 2023, following Ventura's initial lawsuit filing, Kid Cudi told the New York Times through a spokesperson, "This is all true," which is insane. So he's making car bombs. Apparently some co-conspirators, Combs' boys, sliced open the convertible top and dropped the Molotov cocktail inside of the vehicle, which is like, I mean, that's pretty weak. It's pretty lame. But obviously, P. Diddy denied involvement through his lawyer, Mark Agnifilio, his top guy. He gave the most lawyer response of all time. It's clear nobody knows what happened to the thing or the car or whatever, and he denies all involvement, and We mentioned earlier, but during Ventura's most recent testimony, she confirmed that Combs paid her $20 million to settle her November 2023 lawsuit, and that the settlement was reached within 24 hours of filing, which is a remarkably quick resolution that also fits a pattern in Combs' legal history. According to testimony in court documents, Combs has paid numerous settlements over the years. There's the Cassie Ventura settlement in 2023, $20 million settled within 24 hours of filing. The Jonathan Oddi settlement, allegedly a $5 million settlement with an NDA, according to documents obtained by the Daily Mail and NewsNation. Also, the Gerard Recknitzer settlement, which was for an undisclosed amount for alleged physical assault. That's from NBC News. Plus the Cindy Ruta settlement in 2019, which was for an undisclosed amount for sexual harassment claims while employed as Combs' personal chef. Then the Intercontinental Hotel settlement, a $10 million settlement to Ventura related to the 2016 assault captured on hotel security footage. So yeah, that's the most recent updates in regard to the trial, but people have been speculating heavily on what kind of impact Diddy had on Justin Bieber as well. And a couple days ago, or I guess yesterday at the time of recording this, Justin Bieber broke his silence regarding the speculation about his past relationships with the Diddler. Through his representative, Justin Bieber stated, "Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve." Completely true. A lot of people have speculated heavily on what kind of impact that P. Diddy had on Justin Bieber, and just a couple days ago, he finally said that he is not a victim at all, he never was, and that their relationship was basically just performative. The relationship, by the way, going all the way back to 2008. People are obviously just ignoring what Justin Bieber's statement was because he's been acting so erratic lately. They think that there's this massive cabal going on, and like the reality for the rich and famous is coming apart at the seams, or whatever exactly is happening. All I know is it's pretty humid today, and I don't like that very much. It's hot and humid. It's a weird feeling. Justin Bieber and P. Diddy have had a very long relationship going all the way back to 2008. Bieber was discovered by Scooter Braun, whoever the f that is, and then signed with Usher's label RBMG Records. And through Usher, who is one of Diddy's proteges, Bieber met Diddy when he was approximately 15 years old. In November of 2009, a controversial video titled Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy was posted on Bieber's YouTube channel. And in it, P. Diddler, then 40 years old, talked about spending time with the child Bieber, saying they couldn't disclose what they were doing, but that it was definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Then in 2010, there's pictures of Justin Bieber and Diddy hanging out in Miami. In 2011, the pair appeared together on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Diddy made comments about Bieber knowing better than to talk about things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. That's hilarious. Very funny, Diddy. What a jokester. Then in 2014, Bieber attended Diddy's Deleon Tequila launch party in Atlanta, where he was photographed with Diddy and others, including Cassie Ventura. And it seemed like after that, Bieber really started to distance himself, and it seems like he's uncomfortable and all this stuff. I don't know, dude. It's really weird how crazy the internet is. TMZ reported from multiple sources in Justin's life that there was no form of abuse, and then suggested that the appearances were purely performative, which does make sense. That does make a lot of sense to me. They also then said that Justin was close to Diddy's sons and that he didn't actually care about P. Diddy himself, and it was just like a performative thing, which also very, valid. And yet another reason to focus more on the actual real victims of this entire situation. Anyways, that is the latest update on the Diddy trial. That guy, hopefully he burns in hell for all eternity. He's looking bad, he looks like Yakub, and it seems like the prosecution is gonna win. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you in the next video.